Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clank Zoka, and welcome to my double My Thoughts on. Today, I will be doing my double My Thoughts on the Lego Ninjago movie and My Little Pony, the movie. I'll be starting off with Lego Ninjago and then My Little Pony, because if I talk about both of them in one and mixing it up and confusing people, that wouldn't be good. That would confuse the heck out of them. Anyways, let's start with Ninjago. Before I get into the film, I should probably talk about what I thought of the other Lego movies. The first Lego movie I thought was really good. A little overrated, but still really good. And if you wonder about rating, I would give the film a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. But after seeing it literally on the same day after I saw the Lego Ninjago movie, because I was actually bored, it's a 9. It's not perfect, and there's no such thing as a perfect movie, but I really like it. It's funny, original, it has great animation, it has heart. It reminds me of how much I loved playing Lego. Then Lego Batman came along, and even better, a masterpiece. And it can be debatable to be the best Lego movie of them all. Not because, the Lego movie is everyone's favourite, but Lego Batman does a little more than just be a Lego movie. It's a parody of Batman himself. It does some very clever, self-aware, and really funny stuff, which is what I always wanted to see from something called the Lego Batman movie. And it can be argued to be the best DC/Batman film ever. I wouldn't say it's the... Well, actually, no, the second best, actually. I just realised there's a Dark Knight on it, and I've realised that's the best one. So, The Dark Knight, then Lego Batman, and then Batman v Superman, which is the third best, even though that's not really saying much. Fingers crossed for Justice League. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, I actually know a little bit about Ninjago. I used to collect some of the sets when I was really, really, really young. It's about 4 ninjas who want to train to be like the ultimate ninja by their sensei called Sensei Wu, even though in the film he's called Master Wu. I know it doesn't matter, but I thought I might just point it out there. And they have to stop Garmadon, who is like the brother of Sensei Wu, and also the main villain of the first season he was the main villain, and in the second season he was more like a key villain. The first season was skeletons, and then the second season was snakes. I know the show kept going, but I stopped literally at season 3, and I forgot what happened in that as well. The toy lines, the sets, are very good. I got some of them when I was young. The show is good for its time. It's very generic, but I can see why people like it. Then when I heard Warner Brothers and the Warner Animation Group said they were going to release 2 Lego movies besides Batman, and I thought, 2? Wow, I wonder what they can be. There was Lego Batman, and there was Ninjago. I was like, okay, it could work. It could be another good addition to the Lego collection. Not the actual Lego collection, I mean the movie collection. I was very excited until it got released again, like Storks, earlier before us. What do I mean? Well, what I mean is, Sony Pictures Animation or Warner Brothers released films in September, which is also 1 month earlier, and then we get ours in October. And like Storks, I saw this movie twice. One on preview day and one after its official UK release. I don't know why I do that with the Warner Animation Group. I don't know. It's more like in the case of there's nothing else to watch, so I might as well go see this. I mean, it looks better than Geostorm and that shitty Snowman movie with Michael Fassbender. Pfft, those two can go fuck off. I know what you're thinking. Were you doing my thoughts on any of these movies? The Snowman? No, I'm going to skip that. Geostorm? Well, maybe. If I'm free this weekend. Unless my friend wants to tag along and come see it with me. If not, then I'm probably just going to skip it. There's other films I need to do my thoughts on. Thor 3 is one I need to do, which comes out on Tuesday, and I'll do my thoughts on hopefully afterwards. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So I saw it twice because there was no other films that I wanted to see until 4 came out, and I wanted to show my friend the movie since I showed her Lego Batman. And well, first time when I saw it, I thought it was good. I mean, it's not as great as the Lego movie, and especially Lego Batman. Because, like Kingsman, this film has been receiving really mixed reviews. It's got a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not bad, but it just worries me and makes me really nervous. That's how I felt when I went into the movie. Really, really nervous. But I still have an open mind about it because it's Lego, duh. And funny enough, I actually bought 2 Lego mystery bags, minifigure collection sets. I think you know what they are. I think it's like one of them bags where you buy them, you get random character, and then buy one in ages, a long time. If I was still a kid and I watched these movies when I was a kid, I probably would have bought most of the sets. But since I'm 18 years old, I don't do it as much because I don't waste money on Lego. I wish I could, but what my parents say, they'll probably give me about £40 and they'll say, "What did you spend it on it?" I could just say food, but that's an obvious choice. But yeah, I did that because movie. I even got a Lego Batman set when I saw Lego Batman, so it makes sense. Anyways, I thought the movie was good. Second time, I liked it a little more than My Little Pony, which I will explain once I do my thoughts on right after this one. Right, let's get into the story. The plot, sorry. Even though they both mean the same thing, but I prefer to use plot because it's a more uncommon name, even though it is the same thing, but still. It's about Lloyd Garmadon, who's voiced by Dave Franco, who is the average kid that is, getting made fun of. He's acting like a loser. Been seen as a loser. I can't speak today. Because he's the son of Lord Garmadon, voiced by Justin Flocks. Because he destroys cities and he thinks, and the other students at the high school, yes, they go to high school, think that he ruins everything, including his dad. But when he's not at high school, he becomes a secret ninja with the other ninja force. With five other ninjas. Nia, Kai, voiced by Michael Pena. That's not it. Zane, Cole, and Jay, who was voiced by that one guy that was in the Big Sick movie, which I heard good things about. And of course, they're all taught by Sensei, Master-Ru, voiced by Jackie Chan. About time he used his voice instead of another Kung Fu Panda movie where he has only 1 or 2 lines. Thank you, Warner Brothers. Where they have to try and take down Garmadon. However, Lloyd messes up. He uses the ultimate weapon, which he wasn't supposed to use, to summon literally a giant cat named Meowthra. Clever reference. So now they have to try and find the ultimate weapon to save Ninjago from, well, not necessarily Garmadon, but from the giant cat. It's pretty self-explanatory, but in execution, it's good. Similar to Stalked, which I think Stalked is a much better movie than this, even if it has been well received in Ninjago. Stalked' idea was clever and creative. It reminded me a bit of Hop. Better movie. No, not Hop. Stalked, because Stalked is funny and Hop is just. Eh. But Storks took the advantage of the idea of how would storks deliver babies. It takes you on this journey of emotion, of comedy. You get to learn a little more of these characters, but not too much, which I wanted, even though the film was about, I think, an hour and 20 minutes long. And that was the only problem. That was one of the two problems, because I wanted the film to be very long. I wanted to know more about these characters. That's probably one of the more common problems with movies like these days. This movie is about an hour and 41 minutes. Felt like an hour and 27 minutes. The film goes by so quickly. Lego Batman was the same time, but at least that actually took enough time to know the characters and know the situation and see what's going on. This movie just goes by like just like that. Quick as a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. I know, it's crazy. Again, the execution's fine. The comedy is still good. Although, despite being funny, there's a running joke about Lloyd and Garmadon's father-son hate ship, I guess you could say. Even in the film they do develop and start to like each other, but there's a joke in the film where Garmadon tries to remember one of the more important things in life. He says, what did he say? He said, I remember that one important person in my life. Yeah, what is it? It's the person who made sushi, and that it gets funny, but then it just drags on a little bit. Like, haha, funny, but it goes on a little too long. Maybe you could have shortened it down a bit, but it's not terrible. It's just that it just goes on a little long. It's a little awkward, but it's minor, honestly. Subplots. Well, here's the thing. The main goal for the ninjas is to defeat Garmadon for the first part. But now the second part is that they have to defeat the cat because it's terrorizing Ninjago. Funny, and the cat mixing in with the CGI of Lego looks okay, actually. It kind of blends in. But so I'm trying to think because I seen it twice, but it's like once you come out of the cinema, it's like one thing just pops onto the screen and you don't see it. So you have to rewatch the film a couple of times, or even better, go back to the scene and look at it and think, oh wow, how did I not see that? The main plot was for them to defeat Garmadon, then the cat. The journey sounds really simplistic and short, and in reality it is, even though it's an hour and 41 minutes, but it goes by quite quickly. What was I going to say? So, oh yeah, there's no real subplots. They're both part of the main story, main plot. Sorry. The cat's not necessarily a villain. It's just, advertised as a villain, even though in reality it's the cat that Jackie Chan, who's actually in the film. No, really, he's actually in the film, like himself, not his character. Just like the first Lego movie, not spoilers because everyone should have seen it at this point. And it's pretty much the same cat that was on his at the till. So I mean, it's sort of like a kid playing, with his cat and his Legos at the same time. So it's imagination stuff, It's cute, funny, clever, but it gets a little out of context, if you will, because one, I thought Garmadon would actually still want to destroy Ninjago with the cat. Even though the cat's not really on anyone's side, he would just still want to destroy it anyways. Unless Don wants to use the laser to destroy Ninjago, even though it would be too easy, but he is Lloyd's son, so I guess he needs to have a bright side. But the story is just fine. It does go from one thing to another, but still it's perfectly fine. Animation. Well, what can you say about the animation? But it's great. It looks like real Lego. It feels like real Lego. Every small little detail just looks like Lego. The show didn't have this because this was back before the Lego movie was actually a thing. But before this new Lego look, it just looked. But here, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The city of Ninjago looks beautiful and more outstanding in the Lego Batman movie. The action scenes and the movements are smooth and also really fast as well. So it all just blends in together very, very well. However, the fire, water, and the grass and the weeds, I guess. Green stuff. That's what ninjas, I guess, train and hunt down warriors. I don't know. It's in like in the the grass area. Looks like what long wheats and they're thin. If you don't understand, then just look at the movie's poster. You know when they're hanging from the green poles. You'll know what I mean. Stuff like that. The first movie, I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself, but the first movie, everything was made of Lego. Lego Batman was just water and fire. This one is not just water and fire and a giant cat, but that's besides the point. The grass and, the giant green poles, I'm just going to call them because I can't think of any other name for them. It just feels a little out of place. I understand if this is what a kid imagines this in Lego and in their mind as well, and then fine. It's perfectly fine. But besides that, animation's great. Nothing else to say. The voice acting. There are 3 or 4 that I recognise. 3 by name, 1 I just see, but not by name. Dave Franco as Lloyd is fitting. I mean, he could have been played by anyone, sort of like Emma Watson in Beauty and the Beast, but I liked him. He was good. He fit the character's role, he fit his personality. He had the right lines, he had good timing. I thought he was really great. But the best one, even though there's more characters that I can talk about, but the one I want to talk about the most is Garmadon, voiced by, I was going to call him Justin. If you guys don't know his name, just look him on IMDb or something. I forgot. It's not that I forgot his name, I just can't pronounce it. I don't want to mess it up. Garmadon is great. Sure, he's like Lord Business and a Joker, but I can't help but just have fun and laugh with them. And even though they're bad guys at first, they somehow have a change of heart. Okay, maybe besides the Joker, because he has a hate relationship with Batman. Wait a minute. Actually, now that I think about it, these 2 films are really similar. Even though Lego Batman's better, but at the same time, they're similar. And I'm not sure how you can make Garmadon funny, but the other characters not funny, but not more in the not so much. The ninjas are they're just there. I mean, they're fine, but they don't really do much actually. But the voice acting again is still good. Who else? Jackie Chan. Yeah, he's brilliant in the movie. Even though he's not in the film for that long, he's still pretty great. I like Jackie Chan. He's been in some good movies. He was in the Kung Fu Panda movies, despite not having much lines to them, but still. Kai, who's actually voiced by Michael Pena, is a decent choice, even though his role in My Little Pony, which I will get to soon, is a little better. The guy from Big Sick voices Jay, who's a odd choice, but is actually kind of okay. Who else? Oh, for those who live in the UK, do you ever watch Good Morning Britain on ITV or ITV1? Well, there's two presenters, Ben Shepherd and Holly Barroway or something. I can't remember her name. Fun fact: they're actually voice cameoing in the movie called Good Morning Ninjago. Obvious reference to Good Morning Britain. I knew that before going into the movie because Facebook shows you and tells you what you need to know. But it's an interesting, cool thing to see. Just see two people that you recognise on TV be in a Lego movie. Just one like pointed out there because it sounds interesting, at least to me. Characters, of course, best to worst. Well, to least favourite actually. Actually, that'll be more favourite to least favourite. But anyways, Garmadon is probably my favourite. He's the funniest. He has the great lines. The actor looks like he's having fun. I like him. Lloyd, I think, is good. He's not perfect, but I like him. He's quite understandable. He's quite understandable as well. Sorry. I like Wu. Wu's funny. Coco's okay, I suppose. The cat's funny, even though it's just a cat. But the joke is that he's a giant monster trying to kill or destroy a city. But in reality, he's just destroying the laser pointer. Because, cats like laser pointers, apparently. Fuck, I can't speak today. What I'm trying to say is they like laser pointers. Enough said. The Ninja Forces, Naya, Kai, Jay, Zane, and Cole. There's not much to them. Maybe a little bit with Nia and Kai, not because they're brother and sister, but there's a little bit to them. But besides that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. They don't even do much. They're just like in the background. Just they'll fight with Lloyd. They can just do some lines, whether it's funny or just for filler. They're just there. Who else is in the movie? There's the generals that are part of Garmadon's army, not skeletons. They're pretty funny as well, even though they're pretty pointless in the movie. Even at the beginning, they do serve a point to be, Garmadon's army, but then Garmadon fired them for reasons that I will never understand because it's a Lego movie. It's supposed to be nonsense. They do play a part in the movie, but it's really just kind of minor, really. They don't come. They don't come back in the movie. I don't think. I'm not spoiling anything, but the other Lego movies made it a little obvious, but at the same time, it was executed good. It was executed fantastic. This movie is just good. But I'm getting off topic here. Not much characters, but the ones that are in the film for the running time that they have are good. Even though Garmadon's the best, but still. So that's Lego Ninjago. What do I think? Pretty good. Has good characters, has some fantastic animation. Has a good soundtrack as well. These movies have great soundtracks, not just industrial soundtrack by composers like original motion picture scores, but songs too. Story is interesting as well. However, most of the characters don't do much. The animation's not completely Lego, and the plot's predictable, and just kind of... If you like the other Lego movies, I think you'll like this one. Will it be the best? No. Is it the weakest? Yes. It's not a perfect movie, but I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I saw it twice, actually, because I liked it the second time. Same with Storks. What is it with these two they have in common? Apart from they're both owned by Warner Brothers. Anyways, rating. First time was a 7.1, I think. I'll have to look it up on IMDb again, but 7, but since I saw it again, it's a 8.8 out of 10. Right then, on to My Little Pony, the movie. Now, before I go into the movie, yes, I'm a brony. Say what you want, but I don't really care. I like the show. I think it's good. Even if it's supposed to be for a young audience, they made it. The internet made it feel like it's for older people. I'm not sure what the context behind the whole brony thing is, but I'll never know. I have seen the Equestria Girl movies. I don't really like them that much. I think the first one's the best. The show I had actually been watching for about 4.5 years, about 5. I don't know, but I started watching them when the whole brony thing came in, which I think was 2013. I like the show. It can be predictable. It does have some good two-parter episodes, but besides that, I like it. It's not Rick and Morty or Gravity Falls levels of brilliant, but it's close actually. It's very close. When I heard they were making a movie, not Equestria Girls, I was pretty excited. I was very excited. The animation looked different. They got some voice talent here, celebrity voice talent, I might add. But at the same time, just so excited. However, the film got released early, like Ninjago, and unlike Ninjago, this film has been, well, I wouldn't say necessarily mixed, but leaning towards the negative side. It has a 39 on Metacritic, which I know is not quite on the, Emoji Movie levels of terrible ratings, but still. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean levels of, it's not that good, but it's not the worst. Even though I haven't seen the new Pirates, even though I won't, because I don't watch the movies. So again, just like Ninjago, I was pretty nervous. I hope it doesn't turn out to be as bad as, the last Equestria Girls movie. I didn't see it in cinema because, online they do leak out episodes. Whoever leaks out the episodes is what I'm trying to say. Why they put them online? They have the good qualities. It's not recorded in a cinema. It doesn't look like it's recorded on TV. They always find a way, my young friends. So they did the same with this movie, which I thought, oh, okay, I could just watch it for free. I'm glad I did, because I didn't want to see it in the cinema. It's not that I didn't want to, because I just didn't want anyone else to find out about that. But I'm glad I saw it online, so I didn't have to pay money. So, let's get into it. Let's get on to the plot. The plot is the main 6, Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and Fluttershy, oh, and Spike as well, are setting up a celebration party for Songbird, who's voiced by Sia. Yes, I'm not kidding, the Seer, until the commander of the Storm King's army, Tempest Shadow, voiced by Emily Blunt, says that she wants Princess Twilight, along with the other princesses, to obtain the power for the Storm King, who's voiced by Levi Scamander. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but never mind. But then they realise they have to get some help from some sea ponies, I guess. They come across other characters. They have song numbers. It's pretty much how you expected a film like this to be. Execution-wise, fine. It's okay. I know it's like that in the show, but sometimes when a film based off a show it doesn't have to be popular, but if it gets attention and if everyone loves it, they will expand on it. This movie, kind of, it's a little longer, but it does feel really short. But it's fine. The execution's okay. Song numbers are very good, very catchy. Remind me a bit of Disney. You'll hear that a lot in this my thoughts on, because it does feel a little bit like a Disney movie. I never thought I'd say that for a My Little Pony movie. I'm going to just let that sink in for those who don't like it. You'll probably won't thank me later. Subplots. There isn't. It's just one big goal. To find sea ponies to get some sort of magic to stop Storm King. That's it. Comedy is... I'll say this. The comedy's good. It's very basic. The show's not like laugh out loud funny. It's just more like funny. This one is just about the same. It's not like annoying or anything, but it's just kind of amusing, I suppose. Sometimes it can get funny. Even more funny in the Emoji Movie. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's not like clever funny or laugh out loud, but it's funny enough, I'll say. Sorry, there's not really much to say about this. It's simplistic, it's straightforward, but it's perfectly fine. It makes sense for a plot about this. Animation. Holy fucking crap. Comparing the animation to the show, this is an upgrade. It looks great. If this was by Disney, I actually wouldn't be surprised. That will also kind of blow my mind. Animation in a My Little Pony movie by Disney. Exits that way if you want to leave. But in the film and in the trailers, of course, it's fucking fantastic. Some of the best 2D animation, well, almost 2D animation I have ever seen. It's been a while since we had one as well. Unless you count Song of the Sea, Boy in the World. Is there any more? I think that's all I mentioned. But anyways, character designs upgraded from the show. Looks great. Looks different. Gives them a nice unique look to them. Even some of the new characters look great as well. Like Grubber, Storm King, Kappa, the pirates, the sea ponies. Great. Everything great. However, and this is a nitpick, sort of, if you don't mind it that much. The CGI, when it comes to backgrounds, the Storm King's Zeppelin, that's it, Zeppelin. Background, like the ponies' houses, they're all CGI. It looks a little out of place, but I understand this. I understand if the budget, which I did not check by the way, so please do not question me, is not that big. It's not like Lego Ninjago or Pixar levels of really top-notch quality, but it's like it actually, because it doesn't have a big budget. It does make the use of it makes the use of its CGI and stuff. This movie does as well, but it just looks a little more out of place. But it didn't bother me as much. I'll say that. So yeah, not much to say about the animation, but it's great. Maybe not be the best 2D animation, since some of the ponies can look a little out of place in their new designs. Kind of. They do look weird, but most of them do look very good. That's all I can say. Now, voice acting. Let's start with the celebrities. The ones that I recognise. Zoe Saldana, who you may recognise from The Book of Life, but most noticeably from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. She voices Captain Kalina, the pirate griffin, who I think is the captain of the pirate group, who formerly worked with the Storm King for reasons that I forgot because I only saw the movie once. I thought she was good in the movie. She has voiced a character, Maria, in The Book of Life, one of my 5 favourite animated films of all time. So she's very good. And third film with Michael Pena. Yeah, I know before I say that. He's in a My Little Pony movie, which makes sense on a fan side and on a non-fan side, but that's besides the point. Despite being in the film longer than Ninjago, He was great. He was funny. I think he was probably the funniest part of the entire film. Funnier than most of what the other characters put in as comedy. Sure, it's nothing clever, but at the same time, it's more like amusing comedy that I somewhat like. It has my kind of humour, even though Ninjago has more humour that's appropriate in this movie, but still, he's very funny. Very good voice acted by Michael Pena, obviously. Who else? Princess Skystar, I think, who's voiced by what's her name? Hold on, let me just quickly search it up because I recognise her. She was in Rio 2 as Gabby, but I forgot her name. It's Christine something. Christine something. Christian Bale, no. She's voiced by the same actress that played Gabby. Make it short. She is actually one of the three characters that I find very interesting in the movie. Despite not being in the film for long, she's pretty interesting. I don't know why. Same with Storm King, voiced by Liv Scamander. I forgot his name. But the problem with him and Skystar, they're both not in the film for long. Even though I think Storm King should have, but Tempest actually gets most of the screen time. Grubber is in second place, I suppose. And Kappa, who's voiced by... Actually, who is Kappa voiced by? I'm going to search it up. He's third, as in being in the film a little longer, but even though Tempest is the one in the film longer. But short answer, they're all good, very well voice acted. The original cast for the other characters that was in the show, they're still good, they still fit their characters' personalities. Not much to say there. Now let's go on to the characters. Let's start with the best ones from the new characters. Tempest Shadow, who's voiced by Emily Blunt. Interesting character, even though it's a little obvious and predictable, but as a fan, she's interesting. Very interesting. If you've seen the film, which I won't spoil, even though it's a bit obvious, but still, not sure if she's actually going to be in the series. If she is, she would have been voiced by someone else because, celebrities and they have other things to do. Storm King, who's voiced by, again, Liv Scamander. It's going to be like a tongue twister, isn't it? He's not great, but he's an interesting character because he's not in the film for that long. He reminds me of T-Rex mixed in with, I wouldn't say Discord, because Discord's a little different compared to T-Rex. T-Rex is a little more serious. Storm King's a little more comedic, but here he's T-Rex mixed with a monkey that looks like he came from... Actually, he looks a little bit like a Yeti. I just realised that now. Wow. Sky Shark, who's voiced by Gabby from Rio 2. Sorry, I can't remember her name. She's interesting, she's cute, she's lively. I wish she was in the film longer because she's just so adorable. I know. Whoopee. I know. Oh, yeah, I know. But I don't care, I thought she was cute. Grubber is the fourth character I found interesting and probably the funniest. He has the... I didn't say it in the animation, but I forgot anyways. He looks like Stitch mixed with a mole and a bit of punk, I guess, because of the hair. But he's really funny. I really like him. The captain's good as well. Interesting too. The Captain Griffin, voiced by Maria, I suppose. Kappa's a very charming character. I thought he was likeable, funny, and interesting. Take a shot every time I say interesting or a word that I repeatedly use instead of using a different word. Go ahead. Who else? Oh yeah, Songbird, voiced by Saya. She's not in the film long, but she's the one I thought that was just bizarrely out of place. I know the show has singers on there before, but Saya, I don't know, just looks strange. Her song Rainbow is one of the best songs I ever heard from her, but still, her character is really weird. The original the old characters that we all knew, the main six and Spike, nothing to them. They're still the same. Twilight gets a bit of development. Pinkie Pie has a strong scene in the movie, which I did not see coming. I won't say what it is because I think you'll know what. I think if you've seen the film, you know what I mean. But it's not. And no, it's not comedic. It's actually a little surprisingly touching. Fluttershy, I'm really sad to say she doesn't do much in the movie. Really sad, because she's my favourite, along with Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and maybe Twilight. Speaking of Rainbow Dash, Applejack, along with Rarity, they don't do much either. They're there to give a couple of lines. Spike's okay, I suppose. You know? So that's my little point of the movie. Sorry if it was that short, because there's not really much to say about it. It's great, but if you're not a fan of the show, I think you won't really like it as much. It has great animation, has an interesting story, has good characters, has good songs, good voice acting, that's all I can say. However, it's predictable, the CGI animation can look a little out of place. Some characters don't do much new, they're not in the film for long, so you know, it's so sorry, what was I going to say again? They're not in the film for long, so at least you get a couple that's in the film for a decent time, I suppose. Rating, I'm going to give it a 8.8. Yeah, I know, for something that I didn't think was fantastic, but I still thought it was great. How could it be that? It's close to being the best film based off a cartoon. The first is still being Shaun the Sheep. That is the best one because it hasn't changed. This film hasn't changed that much. Animation's changed, but besides, it has a couple of new voice actors and new characters. But besides that, it hasn't changed that much. So I do recommend these movies if you are a fan of Ninjago. You can go see it. If you want to take the family out to see it, then do so. If you're a fan of Lego movies, then yes. My Little Pony is a little debatable. If you're a fan of the show, go see it. If you're not a fan, then I don't think you'll like it that much. If you want to see it, but you want to see the show first, I say watch the show first, because if you want to get more information about the characters and stories. But if you just want to see it because it looks interesting, then go for it. Thank you guys for watching. Next will be either Geostorm or the new 4 movie, but it most likely will be 4, because I don't think I will be seeing Geostorm because it looks like a piece of shit. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.